Do you walk through the mind of another person daily? Hi, I'm Barbara Ann Shepherd, your personal mastery and accountability coach. Oh, can't even talk this morning. Summer is a wonderful time, and I love to use it to actually walk through the mind of another person. And normally it's just not one. It could be two or three or four, or sometimes it's five on the daily. What do I mean? How do you walk through the mind of someone else? You pick up their book. It's a beautiful thing when you can walk through and see what really kind of makes someone tick, because that's what an author does. An author takes their knowledge, their thoughts, their beliefs, their understanding of the world, and they put it on a page. And we get the blessing of being able to walk through their mind to see how it ticks. I know that sometimes, like when I've been reading a series of books, because who doesn't love a good romance, right? Or a science fiction, or any kind of a series where the author has walked these characters not just through one book. Because I know recently I just finished rereading the Wheel of Time series. I now am getting ready to read through another series by Terry Goodkind, because here's the thing. When we read, and we constantly read one type, we limit our creativity. We limit our own thoughts. We need to mix and match, if you will, because sometimes when we read something business related, personal development related, or something like that, we need to let our minds calm down. We needed to let it sink into the subconscious. And by doing that, sometimes with reading something that is not something that requires every piece of our brain, like it does when we're reading that really good stuff that goes for our success, and we're not pulling up stuff from the past, and we're not pulling up emotions, or we're not going, oh my gosh, and having anxiety over I should be doing this, I should be doing that, etc. And we just relax, and our subconscious takes that in, and eventually our creativity flows just by reading a little bit of somebody else daily. And I'm not talking like, oh my gosh, you have to read the entire book in a day. Trust me, all you need to do is 10 to 15 minutes a day, or read a chapter per day. Sometimes it's even just a chapter a week, if that's what you can get in. Because even 5 minutes of reading and traipsing through the mind of somebody else, we gain clarity for our own life. We gain more creativity because we see different possibilities. And then we even be able to expand into becoming someone new, because we're putting good stuff in and ditching a lot of the bad stuff. I know over time my reading has ebbed and flowed. Sometimes I'm reading more on the fantasy or romance side, and other times I'm reading more on the business technical side, skills that I need for my business and stuff like that. But here's the thing. A lot of people discount the fluff books, if you will, the romances, or the science fiction, or those completely fantasy-based stuff, when in all actuality, sometimes I get deeper insights into the human psyche from that, because they're actually walking through situations from the real life on a grandiose scale sometimes. Because here's the thing, it doesn't really matter our economic level. It really doesn't matter our success level on the basis of everyone. And no matter where we are, we all have the same needs and wants, at least on the basic level. We all want food. We all want shelter. We all want the modicum of being able to clothe ourselves very well, drive a nice car, have a nice place to live, etc. Those are the bases. We all need that stuff. It's what we choose to do with it that makes us us. And that's also when we pick up a book. We're walking through somebody else's version of success, version of reality. And here's the thing, we create our own reality. That is like an amazing concept. The fact that I'm sitting in my chair, in my office, staring into a webcam, sending this out over the waves is something I created. I created the opportunities to be able to sit here and share my stuff with you. And you do the same thing every day. And for me, a lot of my knowledge and a lot of my stuff comes from books. And I'm going to say I'm blessed with that. Because at one time, that was my escape from my childhood and the things that were going on in it. I could dive into a book and see my world wasn't the only one. And I will say, because it just kind of clicked for me in this moment, that that's what kept me going through my childhood, was the fact that, wow, even in other books and other people's lives, things are different. And I can be different. I didn't know how, didn't know when it would happen, but those thoughts were all seeds and they were planted. Some landed on fertile ground and some did not. Some just took longer to grow because the area wasn't good enough. But here I am today creating some awesome reality. All because I love to pick up a book. Now, I'm one of those people that can spend 8 to 10 hours, if you'd let me, in the world of books because I love them that much. And I love the creativity that comes out the other side. So I'm going to invite you to step into this beautiful, wonderful world of books with me. We're currently reading The Slight Edge in the Graceful Edge book club. Now, we've already started, yet that's the beauty of a book club. You can pop in anytime because you can catch up. And even if you haven't read most of the first chapters, you can still show up and learn some more insights, because not only are you getting the author's insight when you read it, you're going to join a group of women who are going to give you their insight into what they read and what they gleaned from the pages of The Slight Edge. And let me tell you, I'm ready for this. And I've also learned many lessons because we're currently reading this copy of the book. It's the revised edition and looks like this. So if you want to join us, go buy it. Go grab it. Join us on Wednesday at 11 a.m. Central. Now you'll notice the link has been floating past the bottom of this message all morning. So go, head there. Go to gracefulwarriorcoaching.com, click on the Graceful Edge Book Club, and hit the registration link. And come join me, and let's go tiptoe through the tulips in someone else's mind today. I'll see you on Wednesday.